Blessings and welcome to the Path to Freedom. My name is Daniel Roqueo, and if you have tuned in before, I am guessing that you know what I'm about to say. I'm about to say that I'm very grateful that you are here, whenever you are and wherever you are. Whenever you are, I'm grateful that you are choosing to tune into a moment of expanding your consciousness and raising your vibration to being a beneficial presence here on this planet. So today we are talking about tools and practices. Much of this journey, much of walking along this path of freedom, this path of awakening, is about practicing. Perhaps all of it is about practicing. It is the practice, the sustained and continuously expanded practice that allows us to come into ever greater and grander realizations of who and what we are, that allows us to stabilize the expanded consciousness, the raised vibration, to make that our new norm so that we can go even higher to the next level. And so we're pretty much always talking about practice from one aspect or another. Today we're talking about the vocabulary that we have, and some of the words, or actually two of the most powerful words that we can ever use, that we can ever build into our personal vocabulary, the spiritual vocabulary. There are many words that we can use. There are many phrases that we can use, affirmations and prayers or modalities of prayer. But today we're talking about two very specific words. And these words, the first one is help. Help. And the second one is thank you. Actually, that's two words. But the second phrase is thank you. And if we build these into our habitual way of not necessarily speaking to other individuals, but if we build them into our inner dialogue, into our inner conversation, our most sacred and holy conversation, we are setting ourselves up in a good vibration, and we are setting ourselves up to be abundantly provided for and sourced, fueled, and funded and supported by Spirit. Because we need to realize the thing about Spirit. Spirit is, first of all, God is all. So in no moment or in no instance are we here and God is out there, but we're always one with this loving presence. There is no absence in God, there is no separation in God, there is no diminishment in God whatsoever. But God is always expressing himself perfectly, fully and freely in us and through every single one of us, and in every space and place and moment in all of creation. But being made in the image and likeness of Spirit, we have the divine gift, the absolute blessing of having an independent mind, a reflective consciousness, a free will that allows us to think about whatever we want to think about. It allows us to turn our attention toward whatever we want to turn our attention toward. It allows us to be interested in whatever we want to be interested in. And God, having given us this, or having equipped itself and all these beautiful emanations and expressions that we are unique, perfect, whole, and complete, having equipped itself with this free will, cannot contradict its nature. So where free will is given, free will must reign supreme. In other words, no matter what kind of conundrum or challenge or issue or condition or circumstance that we are facing, God will not ever swoop in and save us or force itself onto us without us. God will never force itself onto us in any case, but God can only do for us what we are willing to let God do through us. In other words, For God to guide and lead us and move us and source and fuel and fund us, we need to be willing to give Spirit permission to do so. Hence the word help. Help is not merely a cry for some external deity or for some external person to come and save us. But the word help, used in this spiritual context, is a beautiful reminder to ourselves. It's a beautiful cue to the mind to get out of the way so that God may come in. So that God may have full sway and do its thing in us and through us. So the invitation for each and every single one of us is that whenever we find ourselves in a condition or a circumstance or facing a challenge or facing something that we perhaps are feeling overwhelmed by, or when we're experiencing fatigue, or when we're experiencing a sense of hopelessness or helplessness, we're all invited to lean into that word help. God, help. I cannot do it. Do it through me. I cannot do this. Please help. Give me the strength I need. Give me the clarity I need. Give me the wisdom I need. Give me help. I cannot love this individual. Do it through me. I cannot forgive this individual. Do it through me. I cannot release and let go of my attachments to stories, to fantasies, to beliefs. Help. Help, God. So help is not a futile cry where we give up. It simply means that we allow for the infinite power of God to flow fully and freely through us. Help allows for a sense of humility, to come in, to take us over. Because there's nothing, as God and we are one, always, forever, as God as we are one, there is nothing that we need to do on our own. We can always lean into Spirit. We can always ask God for help. And God, as God only knows yes. God does not ever know no. So whenever we lean into asking for help, God will help. Assistance will be provided. Whatever it is that we need in that moment will be provided if we but ask for help. So that's one of the most powerful words that we are invited to use, not only when there is a crisis, not only as a 911 kind of thing, but we're to build it into our habitual repertoire, our habitual vocabulary. We're wise to lean into both of these words, both of these phrases habitually, even when we're not perhaps urgently in need of help. Right? So help is the one word, or the first phrase. The second phrase is thank you. Thank you. And thank you, these two words are so powerful because what they point to, especially if we use them before the blessing has been delivered, especially if we use them before the good that we desire has come into manifestation, especially if we use them before the call for help has been answered. Because what these two words point to, thank you, is the realization that the moment we ask for help, the moment we say yes to an intention or a vision or a dream or a goal, in that moment it's given. every single possibility exists in the infinite mind of spirit. God never withholds anything. So the moment we, quote unquote, ask for it, it is given. And when we take on the feeling tone of being grateful for that which we've asked for, even before it shows up, that is a powerful, powerful vibrational aligner. So we're wise to live in the land of thank you, to live in the dimension of gratitude, to live in the dimension, in the realm of appreciation, to live in the vibration of thankfulness, not only when good happens, but even before good happens. And that makes us open, available, receptive for that good to flow through us, to emerge into our experience. So these are practices. Asking for help, making us humble, making us open, available, receptive for spirit to guide and lead and move us, for spirit to support and fuel and source and fund us. That is a practice that we want to incorporate into we want to put that practice into our toolbox, absolutely, but we do not want it to stay there. We want to pick it up and use it as often as possible, along with prayer, along with meditation, along with sacred study, along with hanging out in sacred fellowship, along with affirmations, along with all these beautiful tools that we have. We need to cultivate the discipline to use them, not only when things are going, when we are perhaps running uphill or swimming against the current, but we want to have the discipline to use them when we are swimming with the current, when life is flowing beautifully, to lean into both of these, the help and the thank you, in our moments in between. When we're in the bathroom, when we're sitting on the bus, when we're doing dishes, when we're cooking, when we're out walking. Help, God, I cannot do this. Or help, God, give me clarity, or give me strength, or give me whatever it is that I feel or that we feel that we are lacking or needing in the moment. We can always ask for that. And we're very wise to follow that up with thank you, even before it shows up, even before it manifests. So these two are powerful, powerful words, phrases, practices. They were wise to not let just sit in our toolbox and collect dust, but to actually pick them up and use them as often as possible. As often as possible. Help and thank you. Two powerful phrases. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, for participating. Until the next time we meet, I absolutely bless every single one of our days and every single one of our ways. Much love, many blessings. Namaste.